Morning Blitz begins now.
Good morning. Welcome to Thursday, 6:06 with Thick Rick and Kelly Quinn. A little cooler. Actually, it felt like it was freezing this morning.
Oh, yeah?
You didn't think so?
Well, I'm pretty cozy in this gigantic sweatshirt I have on.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Dude, hit me with that cold weather, baby. I'm ready.
Why?
I'm sick. Can I tell you the absolute truth? I am sick of hot, dry weather. I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. I want cooler, wetter, cloudier weather. I'm done with the sun for now. Not forever, just for a little break. Okay? So this is good for me.
Okay. I'm going to replay this for you in January.
Yeah, exactly. Replay it for me. I'll be like, well, I said it wasn't forever.
Yeah, and it's just, and I saw, it's funny, I saw this yesterday that, and I think we all knew this. Your body takes time to acclimate to the weather changes.
Thicken up that blood or whatever's happening.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, like, if it's like middle of March and it's been 30 degrees all week and all of a sudden it's 60, it feels like a heat wave.
Yeah, shorts, baby. Yeah.
But in November, if the high's 75 and then all of a sudden it's 40 degrees, it's like, what's this blizzard, man? I mean, so... Yeah, you gotta get into that. Because I swear, I feel colder this time of the year, like when it gets down into the 30s overnight, than I do when it's, 5 degrees in the first week of February.
There's probably some meteorological reason for that. I mean, we're probably getting cold air from Canada when it's in the fall. I don't know, man.
I just feel like my body's not used to it.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Stupid body.
I know, man. Come on. Not too bad today. We'll see some sunshine in the high of 63, so a little cooler than yesterday, but sunshine. That makes it better.
Dang it.
I'm sorry, Kelly. Well, we got rain yesterday.
Listen, we're so cloudy in Columbus. I don't know how that can even come out of my mouth. Just say no more sun. But I'm truly sick of it.
You got people driving off the road right now.
I'm sick of it. Now, when I'm really super sun deprived, what do they call that in the winter? When people need those fake sun lamps so that they can. What's that? SAD, a seasonal affective disorder. So when I'm deep in the trenches of seasonal affective disorder, you can remind me of this very conversation.
Never heard of that in my life.
You haven't?
SAD?
SAD, seasonal affective disorder.
No clue.
Well, yeah, it's just why people get so bummed out when it's cloudy and cold, because you just don't have enough sunshine in your life. It's a depression. It's some kind of a legitimate, diagnosable depression.
All right. Well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm not craving the clouds. You're funny. Oh, man. So saw a lot of celebrating yesterday. Saw a lot of misery yesterday. It's just like...
I'm kind of glad when we're a couple weeks removed.
Yeah.
So when everything just sort of settles down.
Yeah.
Because everybody's high emotions on either side, I can't... It gives me a jolt of, like, revulsion in my body. Like, I can't take it. I can't deal with the high-level emotion.
It's up there.
Yeah. And I'm not just talking about, like, Harris supporters. I'm talking about Trump supporters as well. It's the high level of everything is too much for me to sort of, like... I need things to be calm. And
everybody relax.
Anybody's high level of emotion makes me respond in an opposite manner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is, but that could be if somebody's super excited about something, I have to be, like... way underwhelmed in order for there to be balance.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I get it. And if somebody's really underwhelmed by something, I gotta really pump it up, baby. A couple weeks down the road, I'm gonna be a lot more happy.
Yeah, I hope, because there's some people out there that think the worst of the worst things ever are going to happen to them now. And it's like, okay, relax. I think you're really overreacting here. We're all going to just continue on with our lives.
Yes. So. I do think there's a worst case scenario fears out there for everybody. And that's why I think Yeah, such an enormous number of people showed up to vote this time around. I think everybody's got their fears triggered.
Were there, total-wise, were there more than the last election?
I don't know. I don't know totals. And they're still counting votes, by the way, in Arizona and Nevada. So,
they still haven't been.
They have not.
Wow.
They've not declared a winner.
Jeez. All right. Well, I'm glad those were the only two, and it won't matter. So,
right.
At least it's done. Okay. Well, I think everybody needs to relax, and again, continue to just be good to each other, man. It's not that hard to do. It's really not. It doesn't take that much effort to just be cool to everybody. You know?
Doug says, we were talking about seasonal affective disorder and those sun lamp things that people buy to boost their mood.
Yeah.
He said, I bought my wife one of those lamps you were talking about to help with her depression. She used it once, then I started using it to grow weed, and now everybody's happy. Oh, gosh.
Let's see. Dave says, warm and dry never gets old. What is wrong with that girl, Thick? He's asking me, what's wrong with you? I don't know.
You guys can all throw this back in my face when I complain about it being cloudy for like 90 days in a row over the winter. But really, I need just a slight break from the relentless sunshine. Now, I'm glad it's not as hot. That doesn't make it as bad. But I'm sick. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the sun.
Weird. We got one text here. It says, it would be nice if this election nonsense could pass without gloating or blubbering. So,
I think it's impossible. This is an enormous deal for everybody, and it's like everybody needs a second to sort of come down from it. And in a couple weeks, I think we'll all be better. We'll all be better.
I hope.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But if you're super, super like emotional about it, don't talk to me because I'll be like, oh.
And that's
I'll try to equal it out in some way that's going to really offend you.
Must have balance. Must have balance in life.
Oh, gosh.
All right. We got Morning Blitz trivia now with $25 up for grabs to water beds and stuff and beds and stuff. Superstores, if you're the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. Oh, Louis Vuitton. They love to sell some expensive crap, don't they? They are selling these now for $60,000 a pop. They just started selling these for $60,000 a piece. What are these? Be the first one to tell us at 99700 and get the gift card. POD on the Morning Blitz, 624. That's Kelly Quinn. I'm Thick Rick. Popcorn Pam says everybody just needs to eat some gummies. Kelly,
is that the solution?
That'll fix it all. Fix everybody's mood real quick. Jeez. You're not wrong, Pam. Okay, Morning Blitz trivia, $25 to water beds and stuff. The question was, Louis Vuitton is now selling these for $60,000 a piece. Showed a picture to Kelly. She thought it was so cute.
So cute. I mean, not 60,000 cute, but it's very cute.
Somebody out there will buy this for their dog.
Heck yeah.
It's a doghouse. A $60,000 doghouse.
You know, that would make a really great down payment for your own home.
On a real house. That would be an amazing down payment. 60 grand? If you could put 60 grand down. I mean, the Cocker Spaniels are cute.
It's a really cute picture.
Two of them
and a
in
cute
there.
doghouse. Where's the logo? I need that Louis Vuitton logo to be very prominent if I'm spending 60 grand on that.
Is that it on the top there in the front? I don't know what the logo. I don't know what their logo.
Yeah, that's just a nameplate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the whole thing is the Louis Vuitton logo. It's just got the pattern like you would see in a handbag. That's what the whole house is made out of.
I guess I've never understood. I mean, all these fancy designers and how much they charge for stuff. I just look at it and go, there's so many other things I'd rather spend my money on than. And I know, like, you love one of those nice handbags. I understand that.
Oh, I don't. All my handbags are literally under $50.
No, I know, but you would love one, right?
They're really pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really quality. Absolutely. Thick, you are right. My eyeball goes straight to a handbag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is obviously like a gorgeous, well-made. But have you ever seen those studies that they do about clothing? And, people who will buy a $600 pair of jeans versus somebody who bought a $100 pair of jeans. And there's not that much difference. Really. There's not that much difference except in the price.
Right.
You're getting name brand, you're getting like the cool $600 pair of jeans that the celebs get, or you're getting the $100 pair of jeans at Buckle that last the same amount of time if you care for them well.
Getting my $50 Levi's.
Right. And Levi's are well-made jeans.
Yeah, man. I mean, they last forever, it seems like.
Yeah.
Long time anyway.
Listen, if you want to buy something with a Louis Vuitton logo on it, can I tell you like a couple of the cheaper things you can get? You can buy a notebook, like a little notebook that you open up and has paper in for you to like put notes or your grocery list or something.
Yeah.
It's $105.
Get out of here.
But just to have the LV logo.
I mean, seriously.
They sell these. Have you ever seen those little bag charms? It's for women's handbags. It's just like a little bangle that you can clip onto your purse. It is completely useless. $295.
To me, that's just about like, look what I can afford this.
Well, I mean, they are cute. I mean, there's no denying that it's like, oh, isn't that a nice little thing? But not $300 worth.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah. It's just a trendy thing, I guess.
Geez. Along with your $60,000 doghouse, you can get a $2,200 dog food bowl for them to eat out of.
Fancy.
And a $470 dog poop bag holder.
Oh, why not?
What?
Give me the works.
I mean, seriously.
I pick up my dog's poop in style. Not like you pores out there who use your Kroger bags.
You pores. Oh my gosh, that is unbelievable.
I have a Kroger bag stuffed in every pocket of every jacket I own.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah. No, I get that. All right, well, Alan Corns from Bremen, who said he'd never won anything in his life ever, can no longer say that because he was the first one to text in Doghouse. So Alan's got $25 to go spend at waterbeds and stuff.
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
All right. You went first yesterday,
I
right?
did.
I guess we'll just take turns each
Yes,
day.
be my guest.
All right. I got something. Normally you hear the term ambulance chasing.
Yes.
It's like a negative connotation for lawyers kind of thing. But in this case, I guess it could be a good thing. This is crazy. A law firm in Oregon has filed a lawsuit on behalf of a 71-year-old man named William Hosch. He was just riding his bike, and an ambulance turned into his path and crashed into him.
Okay.
While he was on his bike. So this guy was hurt.
Yeah, I'll say.
Hey, isn't there?
71,
but
a giant ambulance?
But at least there's an ambulance in the area, right?
True.
Yeah, so the ambulance scooped him up, rushed him to the hospital, and then they billed him $1,800 for the ride.
Not.
Yes, they did.
He got billed $1,800
just for the ride.
For the ambulance ride. That has to be a paperwork error.
They did. Oh. That's how it works. You get billed for the ride in the ambulance, even though the ambulance ran into him. And you're like, he's not gonna have to pay it. There isn't, like I said, there's a lawsuit, but this is just like peak America, right? I mean,
so what you're telling me is when I accidentally rolled my vehicle into a pedestrian when I was in my early 20s, and she didn't even get knocked over, but she did take me to court. I hit her so I could have sued her for my court costs. Wait, I hit you, we go to court, you pay my court costs, just like this guy. He got hit, they took him to the hospital, he has to pay for the ride to the hospital. I'm just saying I could recoup maybe like $60 in court costs.
But you hit her.
So did that ambulance hit that guy, and they asked him to pay for it.
Right.
So I'm asking her. She took me to court.
Oh, you're okay, I see what you're saying. So you would have had to give her a ride to get checked out.
Oh, shoot.
Then you
That's
could
where
have
I went
charged her
wrong.
for the ride.
Okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha. I don't know. I've been missing that $60 since I was 22 years old.
The guy got pretty banged up, fractured nose, suffered decreased range of motion in his arm, reduced grip strength in his hand from that arm, other injuries, a lot of scrapes, a lot of bruises.
Hey.
So far he's racked up $47,000 in medical expenses, and they're expecting probably another $50,000 in costs in the future.
Oh, yeah. They're going to pay way more than just the ambulance ride, right?
Yeah, they're suing for $997,000. I don't know why that's the exact amount, but because there's $97,000 in medical costs. It sounds like,
yeah,
and then with the ride in the ambulance, you're looking at $100,000, but they're suing for basically $1 million against Columbia River Fire and Rescue. Yeah. They have not responded to this, to questions from the media.
If you ever get hit by a vehicle, don't ever accept an offer of settlement, right?
No.
Never do it.
No. Because you
don't
know
always get more.
Well, you don't know what's coming. Like this guy, already $47,000 in bills, and he's going to have another $50,000. So
very wild. All right, I got some.
All right.
Caleb Shomo of Beartooth.
Yes.
We know and love, Columbus or Westerville raised, etc. He was interviewed by Germany's Radio Bob, which is a radio station, plays rock music. It's kind of like we have here. Mm-hmm. So they interviewed him, and Caleb Shomo was asked if he remembered the very first time he was absolutely blown away by a concert, like something that really impacted him. And this was his answer.
Yeah, I'll never forget. It was... I don't remember the year exactly, but it was Ozfest in Columbus, Ohio, where I was born and raised. I was probably like 12 years old, 11, something like that. And my friend's dad got tickets through his work to this. And I remember it was Avenged Sevenfold, Disturbed, and System of a Down played back to back to back. And we got there right when Avenged Sevenfold started. And they were one of my favorite bands at the time. This is right as they put out City of Evil, which that record was one of the records that kind of changed my life. And I just will never forget it. I went in and I sat down, and, they're yelling. Everybody's just horns in the air going crazy, and everybody's yelling and like, it's this, I don't know. It was just like nothing I'd ever experienced. And it was loud and it sounded great. And they were playing guitar, and I loved guitar. I was already, really into music at that point and playing. And yeah, that completely changed the trajectory of my life.
That's why I was thinking of a little 11-year-old Caleb Shomo, hearing all these people yelling the F word around him. And
this is great. They're all saying
nuts.
F. Oh,
like,
wow.
What? That does kind of change your world, because you don't realize that these things are happening out there when you're that young.
I will never forget my son. First concert was Rock on the Range, and seeing Disturbed was one of his favorite bands. And
about how old would you say?
He was in high school.
Okay, so teen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
a life changer, especially if you've got some kind of inclination or talent toward music. It's like, well, this is what I want right here. This is the life I want right here. Yeah. Being on a stage and having a bunch of people, horns up, screaming, yelling, having the best time ever. Like, you can see how that would impact a musician, even at the age of 11.
That specifically was something I remembered. First time I ever saw my son do that, holding his horns up. Yeah. I'm like, oh, he knows what to do. Look at this. I didn't tell him to do it. He just was doing it,
Yeah, and I still love my boy. Wait, is that what that is?
That's great.
All right. That's it for me.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. We might have been at that show together.
We might have been, yeah.
Highly Suspect on the Morning Blitz, 6:50. That's Kelly Quinn. I'm Thick Rick. Almost to the weekend. Get us some Jeff Logan in here tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Talk some Buckeye football.
Wait, who are we playing Saturday?
Perdon't. Well, I'll tell you, Kelly, they've won one game this year.
Okay.
And that was over Indiana State.
And
they've been blown out a lot. So this might be your 72-0. Although, because the game goes quicker now and we don't get as many plays, and they talk about that a lot. Jeff talks about that a lot because we don't have all the clock stoppages on first downs and stuff. You might have to adjust that to like 61-0.
All right. It's still a blowout. Could be a total blowout.
We need a blowout.
We do.
These last two were too close. We need a good blowout. But yeah, we'll get Logan in here about 7:35 tomorrow morning to talk Buckeyes. We do have Jerry Cantrell tickets coming up this morning. We'll give those away just after Kelly's 7 o'clock news, and then Theo Vaughn tickets in the 8 o'clock hour. And we've got an email, Kelly, from a restaurant hostess who is in This person said, please do not give away my name. They didn't say the name of the restaurant. They don't want to get fired.
Oh, this must be juicy.
I'm telling you, what is happening at this restaurant is going to blow you away.
No.
And we're going to ask. This will be just after 8:30. We're going to get into this email. I couldn't even believe it when I read it. Okay, so wait till you hear this. That'll be coming up, like I said, about 8:35. All right, let's go over to Ireland here. Thousands of Irish attendees were deceived. And here we are with AI again. There's an AI-generated website. And I'm hearing that in my head. AI-generated website. So you just told AI to create a website?
I guess that's how it's working these days.
AI-generated website. Well, it promised is it MACNAS? M-A-C-N-A-S? MACNAS? Halloween parade. A MACNAS Halloween parade. But no such parade was happening.
Oh, MACNAS is a performance company based in Galway, Ireland.
Okay.
So I guess this performance company was going to have a big parade, a big spectacle.
All right. Well, no such parade was taking place on Halloween night. Thousands of excited would-be parade goers showed up in Dublin after the website My Spirit Halloween said the event would start near Parnell Street in the city center.
Okay. All right, it's pronounced Mockness, and it's
Mockness.
Irish for frolicking.
Oh.
So they're going to have a big frolicking parade.
Frolic at the Halloween parade.
Oh, yes. You can't turn down a frolic.
And it was all fake. I mean, how does this happen?
The thing is, it's not, though. I mean, it's fine. It's like at first you're disappointed, but you're all there, so go frolic. Have a great time. Make your own parade. Start marching.
Pour some beers.
I feel like we could have turned that into something way better than just a night of disappointment.
Oh, Blitz Nation would have turned this into the biggest Halloween party you ever saw. They'd have bitched for 5 minutes, and then they'd have started lighting up and drinking up. And
this is what we wanted anyway, right? To be together.
It's like, who's got the loud radio? Turn it on. Let's go.
Be the flipping band leader. I'll get it started. Get the old marching started.
Yeah, and so, like, it was funny because if they'd have checked an hour beforehand, the Dublin police force had put out a notice. But you put out the notice an hour before this parade was supposedly going to start that said, please be advised that contrary to information being circulated online, no Halloween parade is scheduled to take place in Dublin City Centre this evening. And, of course, the website did then remove the listing.
You mean to tell me that there wasn't a soul in the crowd who could do the Irish step dancing? Nobody brought a bagpipe with them? Not a soul? Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, turn that thing up.
There you go.
Let's go. Scammed by AI.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
3 people found dead last night in a home on the hilltop. Columbus police called to a house on South Warren Avenue at about 6:15 p.m. and all 3 pronounced dead by 6:24 p.m. The circumstances are unknown. We don't know who they are yet. They haven't not released identities, and we don't know what happened there. Kamala Harris has conceded the presidential race to Donald Trump. Speaking from her alma mater, Howard University in Washington, D.C. yesterday afternoon, the vice president thanked her husband, her running mate, her campaign, and her supporters.
My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve.
Harris said she called President-elect Trump yesterday to congratulate him, and she is looking forward to a peaceful transfer of power.
While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
She told her supporters that it's not a time to throw up their hands, but a time to roll up their sleeves. By the way, President Biden scheduled to address the nation this morning at 11 a.m. He spoke with Trump yesterday, said he congratulated him on his victory, and invited Trump to the White House to talk about the transition of power. Well, still waiting for Nevada and Arizona to call the presidential race, or rather the official, I think AP calls it or something. They have not been called yet for president. In Nevada, with 95% of the vote counted, Donald Trump leads Kamala Harris by nearly 4 points. In Arizona, with 70% of the vote counted, Donald Trump leads Kamala Harris by about 5 points. So those, looks like 17 electoral votes will likely go to Donald Trump, although they aren't going to make any difference.
Right.
In Arizona, apparently most voters cast their ballots by mail. And they say in Arizona that counting typically takes days. Officials in Maricopa County, which includes Phoenix, they have nearly 4 million residents in that county, say full tabulation could take 10 to 13 days. In Nevada, the slow count is blamed on paper ballots. And the fact that, this is interesting, in Nevada, you are allowed to register to vote on the same day as the election. And they had a lot of people register to vote on Tuesday. And they say they like it because it does encourage voter participation. However, every single registration has to be verified and processed, and that takes time, and they have to do that before they can count the vote. So it does delay the count a little bit, and that is why. Now, there are still 40 U.S. House races yet to be called. Right now, Republicans are up 205 to the Democrats' 190 seats. 218 seats are needed to hold the majority. Those are your three things.
I saw that Kennedy got a little over 600,000 votes, which is like just crazy.
Oh, is that right?
I'm like, what? It's so bizarre. It wasn't even...
I understand it, though. It's like people who aren't happy with the two candidates are going to, cast their ballots or write in. They know it's not going to matter, but, it's a way for them to feel good about their vote.
But it's funny because he wasn't even on in every state, right?
You can write in, though.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Jill Stein got 640,000 votes. She's Green Party. This Chase Oliver from the Libertarian Party got 500,000 votes.
I literally do not know who that guy is.
I don't.
How are we supposed to find out about him?
His name's Chase Oliver, and he's from the Libertarian Party. I guess you're just going to have to research him.
Chase, and he just couldn't have sprung for one YouTube ad.
Well, it's amazing if he ran no ads and still got over 500,000 votes. That's pretty good.
That's true. Well, I guess if you're a libertarian, that's your guy, right?
Yeah.
He's from Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Oh, what a stud. Look at that nice suit he has on.
Oh, good looking guy, huh?
Yeah. 39 years old, Libertarian Party. All right.
Kelly's like, I'll vote for him.
No, I don't vote based on looks.
I know. Ozzy on the Morning Blitz, 7:09. Kelly and Thick on a Thursday, almost to that weekend. And we got your Jerry Cantrell tickets again today. He is coming to the Bluestone on Tuesday, February 18th, getting all that Alice in Chains music. Filter will open the show. And you can buy tickets at live@thebluestone.com, or you can win them this hour when you hear Nirvana's Smell Like Teen Spirit. When you hear that song start, you call us, 1-800-821-9970. And caller number 9, you're going to get hooked up with those Jerry Cantrell tickets. So listen up for Nirvana. That'll happen before 8 o'clock. When you hear it, call us, 1-800-821-9970. Kelly, you have an iPhone.
I do.
Do you use Apple's, it's called Genmoji? Which I believe is generator emoji.
No.
Genmoji?
I didn't even know such a thing was available.
Well, it's being used by beta users at the moment.
Okay.
This tool will let you create emojis. You can create your own emojis.
Okay. I'm interested.
One person made a fun one of a cat eating sushi. Another person made one of a woman eating a bowl of yogurt. Somebody managed to create one of Joe Biden with an ice cream cone.
I feel like we have not yet perfected the hug emoji.
Yeah, it's kind of, the hands are just kind of there.
That's not a hug, the hands out. Yeah. And then the one that's sort of like a blue sort of almost a shadow emoji of two people. Like, I don't know what you're doing there. That's a hug? I don't know. I need somebody to really create me a good hug emoji.
Well, this is probably beyond a hug, but then you've got the other people creating a combination of an eggplant and a peach emoji.
Oh, the dirty emojis.
Yeah, the dirty emojis,
No, just dirty emoji.
Others managed to trick the AI that's involved, despite Apple's safeguards, and created like realistic-looking weapons, depictions of illegal drugs. So there's some people. Obviously some people are going to go that way, sex and drugs and stuff, and other people are going to do funny, cute.
Yeah.
Safe for work.
How about naughty emoji? We need to portmanteau the crap out of this. So, naughty emoji.
Naughty?
Is that what we call it? Naughty emoji.
Naughty emoji.
Or dirty emoji.
Dirty.
What do you like?
Okay.
We're going to combine the words. Do you understand what's happening here?
I got you.
Okay.
I think, well, not
I feel
emoji.
like I feel like all day today, am I like kind of not explaining myself?
No,
very well? I'm confusing myself.
I was confused because you were asking which of these names, where you were trying to come up with names. I thought you were telling me the name that already existed when you said naughty emoji.
Not at all.
Because I'd never heard of it.
But it's hard to understand what naughty emoji is. So let's just go dirty emoji.
Dirty emoji.
We all know what that is, right?
Right.
What kind of dirty emoji are you doing? Like big boobs? That one? Are you going to create that for your dirty emoji?
Will I?
Yeah.
Are you asking me personally?
I'm asking you personally.
Oh.
Are you a boob man? That's what I'm asking.
I'm a butt man.
Oh, you're a butt man, so a butt emoji.
Yeah.
So we really need detail in that butt emoji to make it a dirty emoji.
Big boobs.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not against them. I'm just saying I'm more of a butt man. My wife knows.
Mike says he wants him to update the middle finger. I think that's clear as a bell, Mike. What problem do you have with the middle finger?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you want it more of like an actual, like you watch the finger coming up.
Oh, you want it animated.
Yeah, like you need the finger, you need that thrust into position. Ooh, that sounds gross.
Breaking Benjamin, I will not bow. It is 7:23. That is Kelly Quinn. I'm Thick Rick. What's up? Not a bad day. Mix of sun and clouds. High 63. We'll take that. It's taking its time getting there. It's 48 right now. And man, Kelly, how many times have we been talking about almost anything in here, some sort of product, whatever, and then the next thing you know, there's an ad popping up for that on your phone? How many times? I mean, it happens all the time, right?
Yes.
You'd be sitting at home talking about something. The next thing you know, your TV, your iPad is showing you an ad. I'm like, man, it's just so wrong. It is such an invasion.
Yeah.
And I can see how your phone does it, your television does it, your laptop, anything that's connected to the internet. The last thing I thought I was going to have to worry about, though, was my air fryer.
Oh, is it watching you?
Oh my gosh, man! It's crazy what's going on. It's just not right. Yeah. So there's a magazine. It's from the UK Consumers Association. It's called Which, WHICH with a question mark. Mm-hmm. And they reported that its test of air fryers revealed that the gadgets were sharing user data with third parties for marketing purposes.
Oh my gosh.
An air fryer. Why? Why? I can't take it. The apps for the new smart models and its roundup all wanted permission to record audio through users' phones during setup. Let's see. As summarized by the Register's Dan Robinson, one wanted to know gender and date of birth when setting up an owner account.
What?
It's an air fryer, man.
Honestly, though, that stuff's already out there.
Oh, I know.
As long as this thing's not like when I go to eat something, it's not saying, "You sure you want to eat that, fatty?" I mean, I don't need shamed. I'm already assuming all my info's out there, but still, it's very weird. Like, why do you need to know, my social security number when I'm registering?
All of a sudden, you're
my air fryer.
Your air fryer's yelling at you.
Shame.
Yes.
Shame.
This company, I think it's Xiaomi.
Yeah.
Their app linked to the air fryer was found to be connected with trackers from Facebook, Pangle, which is Pangle is the ad network of TikTok for Business.
Okay.
And Chinese tech giant Tencent. So China's all into this, obviously. And look, I'm not going to judge a gadget without looking at it, but I would think twice before buying an air fryer from Xiaomi. Now, one thing that was praised in this magazine, Which, was smart speakers from Amazon and Google for offering clear choices which allowed users to skip requests to share data.
Okay, now, but that was made possible through a lawsuit because they were doing it without your permission already, and they got the crap suit out of them, so now they have to.
The electronic with the fewest requested permissions, Bose home speakers. So But, man.
Or being watched constantly.
Oh, yeah.
They say that the U.S. has the largest number of surveillance cameras per person in the world. Now, this is like outside of the data that's, the digital stuff that's out there on us. Basically, they know where we are at every point in time. Yeah. So you've got like city cameras, you've got hotel, restaurant cameras, you've got people's Ring doorbell cameras. I bet there's video of the two of us already this morning, driving to work, obviously. We're on some camera somewhere.
My wife says it all the time. Said they're always watching us. But it's not even because we might be doing something nefarious. They just want to know how they can get us to spend our money on them.
And I don't mind a targeted ad.
I know you don't.
I don't care about it. Show me ads of things I'm interested in because I will buy it. I'll buy it. Now, I don't waste a ton of money, but my TikTok shopping cart, I probably have 4 items in there right now.
See?
From dumb, cheap, like Temu type items. And I'm like, yep, sign me up.
You are the target audience.
Target me because I'll buy.
You are going to open your phone and there's going to be an ad for a Xiaomi air fryer on there. We got to get her.
Yeah.
They're hearing you say it right now. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
You sure you want to eat that, Chubbs?
Smart
That's what my air fryer would be saying. I noticed those pants are a little tight on you today, Kelly. You sure you need those fries?
See where your mind goes? That's
I know.
Funny. That is hilarious that's the first thing you think is going on. It's judging me for what I eat.
Right.
It's Nirvana on the Morning Blitz. 7:39 this morning. It's Kelly and Rick. And got to say congratulations to Reed Bailey from Marion. Heard Nirvana there and jumped on the phone. Was caller number 9. Got hooked up with tickets to see Jerry Cantrell. Get all the Alice in Chains music in that show, his solo music, Filters opening up. It's happening at the Bluestone Tuesday, February 18th. You can buy tickets at liveatthebluestone.com. And we'll have one more pair to give away tomorrow morning. And we still have your Theo Von tickets coming up just after 8. So, Kelly, I got this email from a listener who we have to keep anonymous because we don't want them to lose their job. This is not a therapy situation. This person is just blown away by what they're asked to do where they work. And this person is a hostess. Well, now you know it's a she. I kept saying this person. She's a hostess at a pretty upscale restaurant. I'll just read the email. I am a hostess at a pretty upscale restaurant. We get a fairly upper-end clientele. I was told to always seat the unattractive people in the back away from the rest of the people.
Oh, who do you think you are? Aerosmith, bringing the pretty girls up front?
Yeah. If they come in with a reservation, I have to decide how attractive they are and then either put them up front if they're hot or toward the back if they're not.
It's like that dude at Abercrombie.
Yes.
Michael Jeffries.
Yes.
Like, we don't want ugly people wearing our clothes.
Right. Also, when people come in with a baby and don't have a reservation, we always double the wait time because we hope they'll leave.
Oh.
I absolutely...
I'm okay with that one. I'm just kidding.
She says, I absolutely hate that we are asked to do this. They also only hire attractive hostesses. Could you ask your listeners if this happens at any other restaurants?
Or any other businesses in general.
Yeah. Or does anything... are you asked to do anything crazy like this?
I do know Abercrombie was accused of all that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, and even their hiring practices, etc. So they, I think, got in trouble for that. Let's see. Who judges, I guess, the traditional beauty standard, I guess? All of us think that, we're attracted to different looks.
Well, they say the one thing that creates the most beauty in a face is symmetry. Like if you have perfect symmetry on both sides, like you would draw a line down your face if it's perfect on both. That's what makes a face more attractive.
Okay, but what if it's ugly on both sides?
Well, then they get seated in the back.
Perfectly symmetrical ugly.
Then you go to the back of the restaurant.
I don't know. I'd have a hard time working in a place like that. Just like where you're determining somebody's worth based on their face. That is so gross.
It is.
It's really gross.
No, I couldn't do it. I'd have walked out. I would have absolutely walked out.
That's not for me. But then, it's tough out there job market wise, from what I hear people say online that, it's tough to be unemployed. And so it'd be hard to give up your job because they're seating ugly people in the back.
Doug said, crap. I thought it was weird that they asked me to eat in the janitor's closet.
No, for real, though. Have you ever been sat by the restroom? Like, that's a crazy thing. And now I know why. I know why. That is really bad.
Oh, now come on. Now everybody's like, Mary's now like, great. Now I know why I always get a nice private table in the back.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Yeah.
Okay, Ron says, sad but true, the way it is. Business is business, and sex sells, and always has, and always will. You can either be slow with the ugly people representing you, or be real busy with the pretty people up front. Just the way it is, unfortunately.
May I say that not one time in all my years have I ever walked into a restaurant and looked around to see how attractive the people are who are eating there. Never! Why would that cross your mind? You know what's important to me? My man, my dude.
Yeah.
Your menu.
Yeah.
What's on the menu? Who's working your kitchen staff?
Right.
How friendly are people? What's the quality here?
Yeah.
I don't care about looks.
Good service.
That is a weird thing. Well, you know what? I hope maybe when she quits her job because she's found a better job out there that she'll tell us who it is. I really would like to know who that is.
I'm dying to know this.
I'm so offended by this. I really am. I don't like it.
I think I'm going to reply and ask, can we just know, just Kelly and I, just for our own selves?
And then we might accidentally, of no fault of our own, we might accidentally say it.
Hey, everybody, Erica, now I see why we're always seated in the back. Stop it, Erica. You know better. Big Will says, I would definitely be seated in the back. Oh, wait. John said there is an episode of Larry David where a restaurant separates the ugly people from the pretty people.
Exactly right.
Is that right?
That is absolutely true.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. I wonder if that gave the restaurant the idea to do this.
I don't know. There are certain people who are so consumed with their image, certain business owners, that these types of things do happen. I know it. Like I already said, Abercrombie. They're so consumed with being the cool people, the cool middle schoolers who crap on everyone else, that they continue that into adulthood.
Mike says, I'm purposely sitting by the front door every time from now on, and I'm dressing like Cousin Eddie. Yeah, Dominic, we need the name of the place. I understand. He wants to know, too. I'm dying to know. I don't know. Maybe we will get to the bottom of it and figure it out eventually. But, yeah, man, if there's anything, crazy that you're asked to do at your work that is, like, just such a weird, skeezy thing like this, we'd love to hear. I promise we can keep you anonymous. If you text it in, just say, don't say my name. Bad Flower and Ghost on the Morning Blitz. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick, 7:50 on a Thursday morning, and this crazy email we got from a restaurant hostess, upscale restaurant hostess, who said she was told to always seat the unattractive people in the back and to put the hot people up front. And also said that when people come in with a baby and they don't have a reservation, they always tell them double the wait time, hoping they'll leave.
Now, people are trying to guess which restaurant it is. We don't know. She did not specify the restaurant and wanted to remain anonymous. So we have no clue what the restaurant is.
Yeah, we don't want her to lose her job.
But people are guessing. Natasha guessed one. I'm not going to say because I don't want to slam any company. But honestly, but she says, every time I go to this particular restaurant, they walk me past a ton of empty tables and sit me in the back corner.
Oh,
now,
no.
see, that's happened too. And my view of it is that they're... that's just how they're sort of packing or stacking the restaurant. You're going to start from the back and move forward. I don't really know. I've never thought it had to do with my looks, but now I'm wondering. Oh, that's just so mean.
All right. We got one here. It says, I worked at a fast food restaurant for 11 years. When one opened up right next to a famous late night show studio, scroll down, next to a late night show studio, they wanted to ensure the servers were pretty, so they framed it as contract models apply.
Oh, okay. So they don't get a discrimination lawsuit.
Right.
Now, Heath has a different perspective on this. He says, think about the poor waiter at that restaurant that gets assigned to all the ugly folk.
All right, let's see. We got, this one's in several parts.
Keith from Galleon says they make him park in the back and eat in his car. Oh, gosh. I guess we have our own stories where we're all questioning whether we're really ugly.
All right, this person is pressing charges. My last job was so horrible. The hierarchy is filled with family. So they are doing some shady things. They managed to have me written up for giving staff instructions, which was literally my job description. But I don't know what that means. Okay. Bob?
Go ahead.
Bobby says, I don't know if this qualifies, but when we were doing drywall work and paint work, the Mexican drywallers would poop in buckets and then put the lid back on and wait for us to open it because they thought it was so funny. Like it was a joke that they would pull on them.
We all have different ideas of what a funny prank is, don't we?
I don't know. Guys out in construction, that's probably funny.
Sally has an interesting Abercrombie story. She says her 15-year-old son was stopped in front of Abercrombie and was told he needed to work there. He's blonde, blue eyes, 6'3", and at 15, hair was curly. He was so excited for this first job until they made him stand in front for his entire shift half naked.
What?
I said, no effing way. You are not working there until you're 30. So that was it. Yeah. Oh, Abercrombie. And I don't think they're really much that way anymore. I don't think they're so consumed with the Michael Jeffries way of imaging themselves since he's been gone, and maybe, he's been arrested and hopefully will be in federal prison for quite a long time to come.
Yeah.
I don't think that Abercrombie is like that anymore, at least so obviously. Interesting.
All right.
Matt says, what happens if I'm ugly but my girlfriend's hot? What do you do then?
Oh, yeah, right? We only have seats available at the bar.
Yeah.
So Ron said there was a study done a few years back, and he was at a restaurant franchise convention. And the reason they do this is that the pretty people are more confident and in a better mood. That's interesting. They project a clean, happy, upbeat environment, and the attractive customers do. And they say the other people are usually frowning and complain a lot. I don't know.
Do you want to know what would be attractive to me as a restaurant owner? Can you pay your bill and tip my staff well?
Yeah.
That's attractive.
And don't sit there for 3 hours.
Show me your wallet, and then I'll sit you up front if it's really, really huge. How about that? Because I want you to take care of my servers.
Pull out your fat wallet.
Yeah, let's see your fat wallet.
You want to sit up front? You want to sit up front with the cool people? I want to see your fat wallet.
I'd like to see everyone's credit card, what color everyone's credit card is before they walk in.
AC/DC, electricity. 811, you shook me all night long. It's Kelly Quinn and Thick Rick, and we have got your tickets to see Theo Von this hour. You are listening for Stone Sour and Through Glass. That's when he says, I'm looking at you through the glass.
I'm looking at you through the glass.
So when you hear that song play this hour, just start calling 1-800-821-9970, caller 16. Caller 16 when you hear Through Glass. You are going to score tickets to see Theo Von 1 week from tonight. That is next Thursday at The Shot. You can get tickets through Ticketmaster. All right, Kelly, we love concerts.
Yes.
I mean, we love our CDs or vinyl or Spotify, however you listen, however we're listening to our favorite rock and roll. We all love that. But live music beats it so far. And it's not about just seeing the band. It's actually scientific. A neurosurgeon by the name of Dr. Nas on Instagram explained it. He said live music will activate entire brain networks involving experiencing pleasure, processing emotions, and re-triggering memories of the past. And the bigger the brain experience, especially in the emotional parts of your brain, the more deeply you will be struck or immersed in the music. But there's another issue that makes it more of a treat, and that is unpredictability. He says the rhythm, intensity, and speed of notes will be slightly different from what you'd hear on Spotify, and your brain looks at this as a little treat, because you're not knowing. And that's why I have an issue, because I love, with the whole set list, being able to look up a band's set list.
Yeah.
It's like I want to, because I want to know if they're going to do my favorite songs. But at the same time, I don't want to, because I'd like to be surprised. Like I'm at the show, okay, surprise me with a song I wouldn't expect.
Right, okay.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess. And it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a preference? Do you like to look at the set list and know what you're going to hear?
Well, yes. I love that. I'm not afraid to look at a set list ever. I like that. I like to prep for a concert because chances are I don't have a deep knowledge unless it's like a few bands or a few situations.
Right.
My knowledge isn't that deep.
Okay.
Of, a band's discography.
Right.
So
Yeah, I
like to have, give me a few weeks to really just bone up.
Oh, to listen to them.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're going to look at the set list and then listen to those
100%.
songs. I've done that.
I did that with Tech Nine when I thought I was going to go to Tech Nine. Ridiculous, I know. But then I know. But I love Tech Nine. So I was like, let me see their last set list, and I put that in my own little playlist, and I just started listening to it.
Okay, I can see.
So I could prep.
Yeah, I would definitely want to do that if I didn't know a lot of the band's songs.
Right.
That makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. If you just know what they're playing on the radio, which is typically me. I know what you're playing on the radio. Right. I don't know your deep cuts. I just don't. So,
but if I'm going to see if I were going to see Ozzy or Metallica, I don't need the set list.
Right.
Because I know I've listened to all of their albums front to back so many times.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to play a song I don't know.
Right.
A band like that. So, yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I get that.
I will say, too, that going to a live music event is such an emotional experience from the jump.
Yes.
To me, and it's like, me, but I love to go to the symphony because it's such an emotional experience for me to be live. I'm not crying in my car if I'm listening to Mahler's Fifth Symphony, but if I sit down and listen to the Columbus Symphony Orchestra play Mahler's Fifth Symphony, it instantly makes me so emotional. Like it's hard. It's hard for me to keep my tears back. So it is the same thing. Like if I told you I love Casey Musgrave, she's going to be in town. I know I'd be a wreck, a bawling mess. When I sat down to watch Bill Burr when he was here in 2018, I sat down in my seats. Bill Burr came out on stage, and I started to cry just because it's just a huge experience.
I mean, that's a great artist, whether it's comedian, music, whatever, that can invoke that emotion from you at their show. That's a great artist to me.
Yeah, me too. I just love that. Of course, I get emotional if I see Megadeth. You might think that's silly. I just love it so much. It's just such a fun experience to be there live. And I know I'm going to know every single word to every song. It's just delightful.
I so badly want to see Megadeth with you once in my life, just one time, please.
It'll happen. I'll embarrass myself, I'm sure.
By the way, Justin in Marengo says Tech Nine concerts are fire.
Yes.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Man's accused of attempting to sexually assault a woman at a park in Gahanna this week. The incident reported at Creekside Park on Tuesday afternoon. The victim told authorities the man, later identified as 27-year-old Jonathan Steele, was shirtless with a ski mask on when he came out of a wooded area, pointed a gun at her, and threatened to shoot her if she didn't come with him. The woman told police she ran, but Steele chased her, grabbed her, and was dragging her into the brush before she was able to get free and take off again. An officer later spotted Steele riding a bike and wearing a loaded gun in a holster. He admitted to pointing the weapon at the woman and wrestling with her. So detectives took him into custody. Freaky. All of the American Freight discount furniture stores are set to close, impacting several locations in Central Ohio. The chain's parent company, Franchise Group, is shutting down well over 300 200 outlets across the nation as they file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. That includes locations in Delaware and Reynoldsburg, the one on Morse Road, the one on East Main and Columbus. The stores are running closing sales starting this week.
And there one right over here on Roberts?
I don't know.
There's one on Roberts Road.
There was one. Do you remember, the commercials, the American Freight commercials that are like 10 decibels louder than any other commercial? And the guy goes, in Heath. My husband and I do that sometimes. Where is that? In Heath. But anyway, those are all closing. All right. Well, we know Intel has been making a ton of cuts over the last year, plus thousands of employees gone, the elimination of a bunch of employee perks, all in an attempt to return the company to profitability, which, of course, in Central Ohio, that's not good news because we have a giant hole in the ground over in Licking County. But in a sign of really good news, and I would say this is good news, maybe small but good, Intel told employees this week that it will bring back free coffee and tea at its work sites. Okay, it was one of the many benefits that Intel eliminated last summer. Can you imagine? It was trying to cut $10 billion from its annual budget, and one of the cuts was no more coffee and tea in the break room. They weren't going to provide that anymore. The Intel's, and this is so annoying, and I'm so mad at Intel for having this title for an adult human being. Intel's Chief People Officer, Christy Pombianchi, Chief People Officer, okay, she told employees that Intel had been spending $100 million annually on free and discounted food and beverages and could not afford to keep doing that. So they cut everything. But this week, bringing back free coffee and tea, which that's bare bones at an office, people. That's bare bones.
Right.
You can't even call that it is a perk.
Yeah.
But it's low on the list of perks. Now, they were offering free fruit. That's not coming back. Fruit's way too expensive for Intel to start offering free fruit again.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I get it. We're not going to ding you on that one. But yeah, employees, I guess, say privately that morale has been devastated by Intel's poor financial performance and by all these cutbacks. So they're really struggling and bringing back the coffee and the tea. At the last meeting they had last week, I guess it was a company-wide meeting, and the employees said, can we just have our coffee back? Like, is that a possibility? And initially they said no, but this week they were like, all right, I think we can spring for coffee.
Why are they doing so bad?
Well, I don't know. That's somebody you'll have to ask. Somebody more intelligent than I am. You'll have to ask.
Well, you bring this up, and I just saw this week, a new survey that showed that companies that give out swag and other freebies have employees that are obviously much more satisfied with their jobs. The survey shows that 94% of employees who receive swag or something free at least once a month say they are very satisfied with their current employer.
That's always fun. I'll go, we have that, we have in the past, we've had like little parties out in the next door warehouse.
Yeah, sure.
It's a total blast, and they end up sort of giving out some of the prizes that we never managed to give out during the year on the air, right? So we've got we have a stack of stuff. And then we get to win that in drawings and contests and things like that. It is a total blast.
They cook out.
Everybody's having a great time. I completely agree with that. Like, we have such fun at those parties.
Swag! Stuff we all get. I basically decorated my condo for free with all of my swag.
Does that include the St. Pauli girl?
Right. Oh my gosh! We had that back in the sales room.
Oh yeah,
for years. A full size stand up.
Oh, that's
St.
a big
Pauli
Michael
girl.
Scott thing.
Oh yeah,
it destroyed his relationship with Jan. All right, those are your three things.
And what was that? Oh gosh, the character from the newer, the prequel Star Wars. What was his name? That stupid character.
I only know Jar Jar Binks.
That's him.
No way.
Yes, we had a life-size Jar Jar Binks that never went away. It was here forever. I mean, there's been several of those things, but that's really funny. Lincoln Park on the Morning Blitz. We will see them the Saturday of Sonic Temple weekend. That would be May 10th. Still odd that's going to happen on Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah.
That's a new one, but that's all right. Great lineup. All right. So you haven't heard about this new Warner Woods Park?
I haven't.
All right.
And it's in Westerville.
Yeah, on Warner Road, 4790 Warner Road, 45 acres.
Okay, I know. This is in that area where it's like where Columbus, New Albany, and Westerville are sort of you get one of those three addresses right in there.
It's actually more the Albany area. It's what they call West Albany.
West Albany,
yes. That's exactly where it is. So it's kind of, it's in the,
West Albany, I think they all have Westerville addresses.
Yes,
yeah.
Right. And they held the official ribbon cutting ceremony the other day, on Friday.
Okay.
It's billed as a hub for recreation, community, and relaxation. And it offers a ton of stuff. 3 full-size soccer fields and 3 full-size pickleball courts.
Okay.
Of course, we got the pickleball. It's just insane now. A bicycle skills track. So you're doing trick cycling there. Benches, tables, pathways, accessible playground that includes poured-in-place rubber surfacing for easy access. Wheelchair accessible carousel. So, is that like the old school merry-go-round that we have to push ourselves?
I don't know.
Is it like an electric carousel? And there's other
I feel like it's electric, especially if it's wheelchair accessible.
Right,
I mean, yeah.
Other playground elements. I wonder if they have tetherball. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I brought you a delicious bass. I want to play tetherball.
Yep. All right, and then I saw this. And I when I first read it, I read futsal. A futsal court was added to address the growing interest in the sport. Well, it's spelled F-U-T-S-A-L, so I said it the way it looked to me, futsal. But it's actually futsal, like soccer being called football, F-U-T-B-A-L-L.
Yeah.
And I had never heard of futsal, so I watched a YouTube video about it. It's basically indoor soccer on a basketball court. There are only 5 players on each team instead of 10 or whatever it is. And instead of basketball hoops, there are soccer goal nets at each end. So it's not on grass, and the ball, and I'm watching this video, and the ball moves so much quicker because it's on, this hard surface instead of grass, and the whole game moves very fast. I mean, it was pretty cool to watch it. They actually have a World Cup for this sport.
Wow.
It's huge.
I've never heard of it.
I hadn't either, and I had no idea how big it's getting.
Futsal, F-U-T-S-A-L.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, if you go just watch it on YouTube, you'll see. I mean, it is fast-paced. It looks like people can get hurt in this game.
Yeah, this says futsal is an exciting, fast-paced, small-sided soccer game that's played across the world and is officially recognized by FIFA.
Look at that. But yeah, so they got this court. They got a whole futsal court.
You can go to columbusfutsal.us, and that's like is it in Columbus?
I don't know.
columbusfutsal.us.
I'm sure.
Yes. What the heck?
I mean, this stuff just happens.
You can go learn to play. There are leagues and everything, man.
They've got an open air shelter and a boardwalk that winds through a wetlands area, views of the park's forested areas, a rental pavilion that offers an affordable space to celebrate weddings and events for up to 100 guests.
Okay.
And this place is open now.
Park stuff.
Warner Woods Park on Warner
Woods Park.
Yeah.
But do you let dogs on your trails? That's what I want to know, and I'm sure you don't know that. I'll find out.
I will. Don't most parks with a leash?
Yeah.
All right.
Some yes, some no.
No. Okay. Well, we'll find out. But it just looked like a great place, man, for a lot of stuff going on. Look at Kelly doing the wave over here.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, kind of.
You're just being nice.
Oh, no, you're doing it.
Can I pop and lock?
I don't know, can you?
I don't know what that is. I've just heard the term. Oh, look at that. Oh, thick is popping and a locking.
Morning Blitz, 840. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick. Got to say congratulations to Bobby Wynn from Galena. Bobby was the 16th caller when he heard Through Glass there and scored tickets to see Theo Von next Thursday at the Shot. We will have one more chance at those tickets coming up tomorrow morning. But right now we're going back to the Olympics and a girl named Raygun.
Yes, Raygun has announced that her professional breakdancing career is over.
Oh, no.
She said it's because of the incredibly harsh response to her performance at the Paris Olympics. Her real name, Rachel Gunn. She goes by Ray Gunn. She competed for Australia, went completely viral for her very bizarre and seemingly very elementary routine at the 2024 Summer Games. Most of us saying, I could do better than that, and I don't know what I'm doing.
She was set up to fail. She should have never been there. That was just not fair.
Well, she was on an Australian radio show yesterday and said she is finished.
Say in 4 years' time, would you do the Olympics again? Would you? If
No.
they, yeah, if you wouldn't do it again. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Are you going to
continue to break?
I still break, but
Yeah.
I don't compete.
You
I'm
won't
not going to
compete again.
compete anymore. No.
Was that ever? What was the thoughts going into the Olympics? Was it to keep doing this forever?
Yeah, I was going to keep competing for sure, but that seems really difficult thing for me to do now.
All right, so she's done because I guess we bullied her out of the sport.
I mean...
But also, maybe did we just put a mirror to her face?
Well...
to show her really what was happening. Because, I mean, you breakdancers are very serious about the craft. And for the Olympics, we expect such a high level of athlete and high level performance. To see that was actually quite jarring.
I know. And you know what bothered me is she was first. She was on the first day. And there were a lot of people who saw her and went, this is stupid, and they didn't watch anymore.
She was not the top seed, let's put it that way.
Well, she shouldn't have been any seed.
No.
I mean, she should not have been there, because if you went back and watched later, because, that was just the girls on the first day, but if you went back the next day and watched those guys, look, I know breakdancing. I was around it for a long time, and those guys were amazing. They did things I had never even dreamed of before. They were incredible. I mean, I was talking to my friends who did it, and we were watching. It was like, how do they do this? It was beyond anything we ever did when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yes. So I thought it was unfair to her. I thought it was unfair to the viewers that she was there. I couldn't understand. This is the Olympics. How did this person end up here?
Doug Rogers said she's going to bunny hop into the sunset.
Bunny hop.
I think that was a kangaroo, Doug.
She's going to do the worm.
So I guess we bullied her out. And I was thinking, did you ever get bullied out of doing something you really wanted to do, but people were like so harshly critical of you that you were like, maybe I'll pass on this?
Man, and I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Okay, one little thing. What?
I'm trying to remember if I even tried enough things to get bullied out of doing things.
One little thing. This is so stupid, you guys, and it's really, I didn't get bullied out of a sport, but I got embarrassed out of doing something ever again, and that is, we were just at like a gathering. There were maybe 10, 15 people, and we were hanging out in my friend's basement. I was probably late teenager at this time, playing music, etc. And some song came on. I don't even remember what it was, but I do remember what happened. And that was, I was like singing it, just having a good time. And somebody's like, pointed out that they couldn't hear the song over Kelly's singing. They're like, oh, I guess we'll just listen to Kelly sing or something like that. Like, it embarrassed me, whatever was said. And I'm already sensitive, right? That I was like, never again. I will never, ever sing like in front of people, like at a party or anything again. It made me feel... back then I wouldn't have called it bullied, but I did feel very ashamed. It made me feel so ashamed just for singing a song out loud.
Yep. No, been there. There. I have the worst singing voice in the world.
Yeah, mine's not good either, but you're just having a good time.
No, I can specifically tell you what was said when I was singing along to Def Leppard's Foolin'.
Did I say it?
No,
okay,
no. This is before we ever met.
Okay.
No, it's been a long time since I was willing to sing.
Oh no, this really scarred you.
Sing along to Def
I
Leppard.
sing now, I don't care, but back then it really hurt my feelings.
Dude says, "Who sings this?" I said, "Def Leppard." He goes, "Let 'em."
Right. Oh my gosh.
Point taken. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Got the message.
No, I got the "What'd you do with the money" one. Did you ever hear that one? What'd you do with the money? What money? The money your mom gave you for singing lessons. That was an old-timey joke.
See, that stuff today would be considered like bullying, but that to us back then, that was just fun.
Caitlin Delmato said that her grandma bullied her out of singing when she said she sounded like a dying cow. Oh, that's so mean.
Yikes, man. I mean, that's cruel.
It does impact how you behave in the future. Oh, Caitlin, you sound good.
Well, maybe she doesn't, but, you know.
Like, I wasn't trying out for American Idol. I was at a party, just hanging out, having a good time.
Matt said, all I caught was the women's finals on the breakdancing, and it was great. And then I went into work Monday, and everybody was making fun of the breakdancing, so I was confused until I saw Ray Gun all over the internet. Oh, that's sad, Caitlin.
Amber said that her brother would ask her who's singing this, and she'd answer with the name of the artist, and he would say, let's keep it that way. Yeah. We all get those little quit singing jokes.
Right. All right, so were you ever bullied, out of doing something? You were bullied away from a team or an event or anything?
Yeah. Jay, this makes me sad. I'm going to read it anyway. Can I read it? Do we have time?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Jay said he was in the 90s. He was a teenager, and everybody was wearing biker shorts and spandex and all that. And he said he was kind of an overweight kid, and he said that somebody told him he looked like a walrus wrapped in a wet blanket. That's so mean, Jay. See, that's a bully. You got bullied.
Mm-hmm.
That's so mean.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty common, getting bullied out of wearing certain clothes.
You know what's
because of your weight?
Yeah. You know what's really common? I'm finding out with all these texts about us all getting bullied for singing. Yeah. Everybody's getting bullied for their singing.
Well, not everybody can sing.
This person got bullied by their 7-year-old who told her, maybe we should just let the radio play, Mommy.
That's unbelievable. All right, 99-700 or call us up 1-800-821-9970. What did you get bullied out of? Green Day on the Morning Blitz, 8:51 with Kelly Quinn and Thick Rick. And we were just talking about how Ray Gun, the women's breakdancer from the Olympics who, just got blasted all over the internet for her performance at the Olympics. She has hung up her tracksuit. She will no longer be competing at breakdancing. So, yes, congratulations, world. You bullied the girl out of her favorite sport. And so we were asking the question, what did you get bullied out of? And,
did you get bullied from doing something ever again?
Jay Ward says, well, I got bullied out of porn. I'll leave the rest to your imagination.
Oh, gosh. Honey said when she was young, she and her little sister, her mom would tell them jokes, and then her little sister said, Mom, how come when you tell a joke, you're the only one who laughs?
Oh, damn.
Oh, that is
oh, my gosh.
This person said the only 2 memories that I have of ever being bullied was the first one my mom told me I was too big to be a ballerina. The next was my mom's boyfriend telling me, who I was a middle schooler at the time, that whenever I play the flute, it sounds like a dying elephant.
Ooh.
That's so mean.
Ooh.
Jeez.
That is mean.
That's mean.
Yeah. Josh said he was bullied out of trying to work for WWE by his dad, and then he tried to bully him out of music after he got him a bass guitar. Well, why would you get him a bass guitar and then bully him out of music, Dad? What's that about? That's weird.
Virginia said I was in art, design, and communication class, and I did a portrait on the computer of my twin sister. And my English teacher looked at it and said, you made her look like she has acne scars, and laughed at me. Virginia said, never did another portrait on the computer again. Oh. See, that's sad, because you're probably a good artist. And it's your art, so it doesn't matter what's... Oh, I don't... That's mean. I'm compiling a list of people we need to,
Yeah. Now, Joe said... Joe Swavely said, my wife has the worst singing voice, but man, when she starts singing one of the metal songs I've converted her onto, it sounds great to me. So she can do the metal singing, but not the clean singing.
Okay. Oh my gosh, Danette said, I'll never wear a red shirt again after someone yelled, hey, Kool-Aid. Danette, are you being serious?
Yeah, I remember those.
Oh, dang.
Did you read You read Tiffany's, right? Cheerleading.
No, I haven't read that one yet.
Oh, yeah. She said, I guess I wasn't bullied, but embarrassed. I was trying out for cheerleading team in high school, and they asked me to do a jump, and when I landed, I rolled my ankle. Didn't show my face again.
Oh, because you got embarrassed in the cheerleading tryout.
So you embarrassed yourself out of it. Okay, I got you.
Matt said, my daughter asked me if she was going to get my bad hairline. He's like, that's the first I knew I had a bad hairline. Oh, no. There's a comedian out there who said that her friend asked her if she ever did any jokes about her lazy eye. And she said, that's when I found out I had a lazy eye.
Oh,
she didn't even know it till somebody said that to her.
We've had several texts, and yeah, I was right there with you guys, getting bullied for my cheap clothes. I didn't have Jordache designer jeans.
Oh gosh,
you know, so.
those early teen years are very brutally.
This was
wicked.
Last month, Kelly.
Oh, okay. Was it me again? No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking.
Was it me again?
David says he's constantly bullying himself out of doing things. Like maybe like, oh, you can't do it. You're not good enough.
Oh,
it's not going to be good
okay.
enough.
All right.
Yeah, we can be our own worst enemies for sure.
That is so true.
Hessler said, I once told my mom I wanted to be an astronaut. She laughed and said, my head's too big to fit in the helmet.
He wins.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, I do love a mystery firing, and we've got one in the city of Columbus. Columbus City officials have confirmed that the spokesperson for the Columbus police chief has been fired from her position. The city won't say why. Jennifer Watson just joined the department in January as public relations advisor for Chief Elaine Bryant. And by the way, she is the second PR advisor to the police chief to be terminated in the last 2 years. So that must be a tough job there. But they won't say anything beyond that she is not working with the police department anymore.
All right.
Okay, I have a really hardcore death here that is just so weird and bizarre and awful that I feel like I want to say it, but also, trigger warning, it's wild.
Okay.
A man in Jackson, Mississippi is dead after he was trying to repair a dump truck full of hot asphalt. He was at a construction site. The hydraulics malfunctioned and dumped the asphalt on top of him. And that was it. That's all she wrote.
Oh, yeah. That's
brutal.
My God.
That's hard. That's hardcore. Yeah. Can you imagine being a first responder or anybody else on that construction site?
No.
How awful. But yeah, pronounced dead at the scene. All right, on to something a lot more fun for those of us who are Stranger Things fans. The final season of Stranger Things set to release in 2025. That's all they'll say. No month, no date, just 2025. Netflix did make the announcement on yesterday to mark Stranger Things Day, which falls on November 6th every year. It's the day the character Will Byers went missing in the series. A teaser was dropped that revealed the episode titles. So I thought that was interesting. I want to tell you what they are. 8 episodes, and there are no spoilers in them. It's the first episode's called The Crawl. The second episode is The Vanishing of Blank. The name was redacted. So the vanishing of one of the characters. The third episode is The Turnbow Trap. The fourth is called Sorcerer. The fifth, Shock Jock. The sixth, Escape from Camazotz. The 7th is The Bridge, and the 8th and very final episode of Stranger Things is called The Right Side Up. Yeah.
Go from the upside down to the right side up.
Yes, and it's also revealed that the last season will take place in the fall of 1987, which is 4 years after the events of the first season.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So it spans 4 years.
So the second episode, The Vanishing of
Blank,
is not the full title of episode 2, but in the teaser, whoever or whatever vanishes is blurred.
It's redacted.
So we have to wait for the reveal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I completely dropped off Stranger Things. But
so
then
good.
I think you're the one who said, why haven't you watched the latest season? And that's what caused me to get Netflix again.
Oh, okay.
I mean, some months ago.
Wait, so you did watch it?
I did watch it.
Oh, okay. So you saw him play
earlier
Master
this
of
year.
Puppets and all of that. Okay.
So good. And I'm back in, baby.
Yeah.
I'm back in.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be over now.
Yeah.
You know.
You got to watch. You got to finish this out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This week, Sunday, we finally get Yellowstone.
Oh, okay. That's something I have not seen yet.
Oh, such a great show.
Beyond like the first few minutes of the first episode, I couldn't take it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The horse.
So
I
was like,
remember,
nah.
yes.
But also, I made it through House of Cards in that first scene with the dog which is fairly similar. So I don't know.
That was very
what
realistic.
the difference was.
No, that was very realistic. What went down with that horse and the accident and everything, you know.
Yeah,
so
and I know it had to be done, but I'm like, what? This is an entertainment to me. Stop.
Yeah, but
you're assaulting my eyeballs within the first 30 seconds.
It's too bad too because it's not like that happens all through the show.
Yeah,
you know.
I'll get back to it maybe. And you highly recommend it though. Huh?
It's still. It's. I don't know. It's going to be so weird without Kevin Costner in it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there are definitely people in the show where you're like, yeah, well, as long as they're there. I mean, like his daughter and just, you know, but it's weird that the main guy.
Yeah. Well,
Kevin Costner.
They could do it on The Office and have 3 more successful seasons. They'll be able to do it on Yellowstone.
Yeah, director Christina Varro said his presence is integral. I think to say any more than that would potentially compromise all the work that went into redacting the scripts. Says, but I think the reason people are wondering, is he, isn't he, where is he not, is because he is the patriarch and his presence is an essential component of the story. So, I mean, it's weird. It's just weird. It does say, what's the over-under on a surprise Costner appearance? Does that mean there's hope that he's going to show up? I mean, you see him when they make the trailer, but I think they're pulling stuff from the past, and you see him, and it's like, okay, we know he's not in it. But we're still seeing him while you're showing us the trailer for this second part of season 5. I mean, this isn't even a whole full season. It's the second half of the last season that we've been waiting 2 years for.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
And it's a great show. It's a great show. But before you watch that, you need to watch the movie The American President.
Just start a list for me, okay, of all the things I've never seen that I need to see, because you know I take your advice. It may take like 3, 4, 5 years.
I know.
But I'll eventually get to it.
I got her to watch The Goonies after 7 years.
You did.
7 years it took me to get Kelly to watch The Goonies. Oh, were those the 3 things?
Oh, yeah, sorry. No. Did I not close it out? Those are your 3 things.